And now we have trillion-dollar deficits. Some people say it's just hard to fathom how much $1 trillion is. If you take $1 trillion bills and place them end to end, it would stretch 96.9 million miles, enough to reach the sun. You could spend $10 million a day, and it would take you 273 years to spend $1 trillion. Our national debt is almost $13 trillion right now. We currently have unfunded liabilities totaling more than $106 trillion. That's what the government has promised every man, woman, and child currently living in this country legally. Under the Obama administration, the deficit is predicted to increase by more than $10 trillion. In 6 to 8 years, every penny of money taken by the government in federal taxes will be used to pay nothing but the interest on the debt. The politicians know exactly how bad it is. They just don't want to tell you what their solution is going to be. But we know what it is, and they're already talking about it right now. We're going to pay for this. And the last thing, health care. The day this passed was a big blow to liberty and freedom in this country. For the first time, we are mandated to buy a service or product just because we simply live and breathe in this country. This bill has nothing to do with health care. This is a way to control people. It's another entitlement to get people dependent on the government. If this is found to be constitutional in the courts, you just may as well finish off this Constitution and run it through the shredder. Government can then dictate what kind of car you should buy, what kind of clothes to buy. Pretty much anything will fall under the Commerce Clause. There's nothing that is bought or sold that could not be defined as interstate commerce. After this health bill was signed, I saw Tom Harkin, Democrat of Iowa, give a speech explaining the health care legislation. Quote, "It's like a starter home, but like every right that we've ever passed for the American people, we revisit it later to enhance and build on those rights." Tom, I do not know if you've ever read the Declaration of Independence, but you don't have the power to grant people rights. You don't create them. You don't enhance them. These rights are granted by God, not you arrogant politicians. And pardon my French, but who the hell do you think you are? If we start depending on the government to grant us rights, what they grant, they can take away. The day after health care passed was a depressing day. I can talk to Bill, Dana, all of you, anybody that has been involved in this fight for the last year. It was a tough day the following day. Doubt starts creeping in your mind. Is this all worth it? All the time, all the effort, the sacrifice. Then I turn on TV the following day, and I see Nancy Pelosi with her big gavel, surrounded by her socialist cohorts, with that arrogant, smug smile on her face, walking right through the Tea Partiers that had gathered there to ask their representatives to vote no on this legislation. She just literally rubbed it in our faces. And I would say, how would you have felt if you would have been there and seen that? I was instantly fired up again. I said, no way am I going to let this stand and give up the fight. Yes, it was worth the effort, and we have a message for President Obama, Nancy Pelosi, Claire McCaskill, Russ Carnahan. The people of this great country defeated the Nazis, won World War II. We've conquered tyrants in every corner of the world. We won every single battle in Vietnam. We defeated the Soviet Union in the Cold War. And make no mistake, Washington, that is who you're messing with, and we will defeat the socialist agenda. Europeans, and we will not go back to sleep. Ronald Reagan said it best, quote, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States when men were free." That is exactly what the challenge of our time is right now, ladies and gentlemen. And I have to ask you, are you up to this challenge? I'm going to come back and I'm going to challenge you on some things. If you really want to change things, especially right here in this county, I'm going to talk about some things. And we're just going to see how motivated everybody is to get involved. Now I want to